Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Let me just check that everything is working correctly, the microphone and everything like that. You can obviously drop your thoughts and feelings down in the comments. Obviously, Derby County have had to make a change to their starting 11 heading into this one. It's obviously a change which we didn't really want to see, but it's one which has come anyway. Now, obviously, for Derby County, it's a massive fixture today up against West Bromwich Albion, a team in which they have a fairly decent record against, and it's one which I cannot wait to see how this afternoon progresses. We obviously do have the lineups over on the left-hand side. I hope they're not going to be getting too in the way. I do need to put the lineups up on the TikTok screen, so let me just sort that out right now. We have the Derby lineup there. Let's just chuck that on for you guys to see to start off with. But let's get into it then. Let's look at the situation that we find ourselves in. Obviously, Rhian Brewster, unfortunately, has picked up an injury. Now, those of you who joined the pre-match waiting room earlier on today will have seen that it's something we had discussed already today, Rhian Brewster being injured. But it's happened now, and we've just got to sort of move away from it and things like that. And we've just got to sort of hope that Derby County can still pick up 3 points despite the fact of Rhian Brewster picking up a knock in training over the course of the last few days. It's obviously disappointing to see, but it's one of those things which it happens. Injuries happen from time to time, and that's something which you can't really do anything about. Now, let's get into some of the comments over on TikTok. For those of you who haven't been here before, my TikTok chat is over here, my YouTube chat is over here, and the game will be pictured right in front of me here. But let's go through that TikTok chat then. Where's Brewster? Brewster has picked up an unfortunate injury, which is obviously a little bit disappointing. Lewis, why aren't you starting? Unfortunately, I am not a professional footballer. West Brom are winning. We will see, Jay. We will see. Thoughts on Travis being captain and not Ibu? I'm going to get into that a little bit later on in this stream, Morgan. So just bear with me a moment and we'll get into that. Is Travis captain? Yes, he is. Ajimang on the bench? Yes, Ajimang is on the bench. Is there any leaks on the time range? The leaks in regards to Brewster's injury suggest that it's a month. But I don't know what it is. They're suggesting that it's minor, but obviously you never really know, do you? That's sort of one of the problems that you face when you get injuries and stuff like that. Score predictions, I'm saying 2-1 Derby County, Thomas. That's what I'm saying. Do you know what Brewster's injury is? No, unfortunately I don't. Travis' decision is correct. Yes, I agree. Ozo and Travis should play. Ibu has a ceiling ability-wise. I do think that Ozo and Travis will become Derby County's midfield too over the course of the future. But right now, we've just got to sort of make do with what we've got. Brewster, yeah, he's injured, unfortunately, Mason. On YouTube, I'm Conor McGregor, remember? Okay, Thomas, okay. Obviously, make sure you go ahead and jump in the YouTube chat, jump in the Twitch chat. We're trying to get partner over on Twitch. So if you do have a Twitch account, just go and chuck it on in the background. Hit the follow button as well over there. Obviously, it's really helpful for the channel. We're trying to get a partner over there for upcoming gaming streams and stuff like that. Obviously, we're going to be getting FC26 underway soon. There's potential for some FM streams until then, but we will wait and see. Feel bad for Ozo not getting minutes, to be fair. I don't necessarily feel bad for him. We've got to be careful with Ozo because obviously last season he played, the opening 12 games and then barely played for the rest of the season. But we will sort of wait and see sort of how that develops. Is there any updated news on Langas? He's back in training, but only part training. He'll probably be back with the group fully from next week, and then hopefully back in the squad for next week's home game. Eustace bought both Travis and Ozo in and has took the captaincy off Ibu. So for me, he will drop out. I agree. I do believe that Ibu will drop out as well, if I'm completely honest. Ben Briatan-Diaz for the redemption brace after the Chile disaster class. We can hope and pray that Ben Briatan-Diaz can put the ball in the back of the net today. But obviously we've got to wait and see. Fingers crossed he'll do it, but we cannot be too sure. You think Ibu will end up leaving in January with captaincy going to Travis? I do think there's a possibility that Ibu Adams will leave. We'll get into the captaincy in a second. What's happened to Brewster? Anyone know? Apparently it's just a minor injury, but obviously we have no confirmation of that. That'll be something that comes after the game from the post-match press and things like that. But we will obviously keep an eye on that and stuff like that. So make sure you sort of keep yourselves within the building. Obviously, those of you on YouTube will see where the scoreboard will be up on that right-hand side. And then on TikTok, you should see it. Oh, you won't see it. That's a lie, because that's going to be the full stream. I'll deal with that in a little bit. Need him up front? We do. We do. Right, now, let's get into discussing the captaincy and Ibu Adams and the decision to give Lewis Travis the armband. Now, many people will look at this decision and think that it's a bit disrespectful on Ibu Adams and things like that. But for me, I think this is exactly what was always going to happen during this transfer window with Lewis Travis coming in and things like that. I think, obviously, Lewis Travis has been bought in for a reason, and it's not because he's going to play back up to Ibu Adams. It's not because he's going to play back up to David Ota or anything like that. Lewis Travis is the future of our midfield group, and him getting captaincy for me is one of the most expected things over the course of him joining Derby County. I knew it was going to happen. Did I think it would happen this quickly? No, absolutely not. But it has happened, and realistically, that is, in my opinion, it's the smart move, because Ibu Adams is not the future of Derby County. Ibu Adams will be leaving over the course of the next 12 to 18 months, in my opinion, and realistically, I've said it before, I personally believe that Ibu Adams should have been cashed in on during the summer, but we will wait and see. 5 at the back again, can't stand it. Well, it could also be a 4, but obviously, yeah, it looks a bit more like a 5. Travis was destined to be captain since Eustace was interested. 100%. I 100% agree with you. For me, because at no point was I surprised when the rumours came out saying that Travis was given the captaincy. It did not surprise me in the slightest. What's the news on Brewster? Minor injury. The reports suggest, the rumour suggests that it's going to be about a month, but we obviously have no confirmation of that right now. It gives less burden on Ibu's shoulders, maybe so. I also think it sort of says that Ibu Adams will be moving out of that starting 11 over the course of the next few weeks once Thingy is up to speed, David Ozo is fully up to speed and things like that. If I'm completely honest with you, is this the team then? Yes, it is. Adams' captain's role was never suited for him. For me, do you know, in terms of Ibu Adams in captaincy, I'm not going to say he didn't deserve it. The captaincy really for Adams came as a result of his work rate and the determination and things like that. But ultimately, he is not a captain, is he, at the end of the day? And for me, it's not a surprise. Yes, Brewster is injured, Driller, 100%. Closer and closer to full strength. I'm getting excited. Me too, Dan. Knew as soon as I joined the stream that you'd be talking about Ibu not being captain. Love the bloke, but need more technical class if we want to push on. 100%, mate. 100%. And that's been my sort of point about Ibu Adams for probably the last 2 years since we signed him. I've always said that Ibu Adams has his quality, and I've never doubted that, because he is a player that has quality. He does. But in terms of long term, he doesn't have that quality, unfortunately, and is not going to be someone who's going to sort of take us to that next level, in my personal opinion. In my opinion, he's a top end League One defender, League One midfielder, and sort of a bottom end Championship midfielder because of the lack thereof ability. But we will see. When's Langas going to be back in the squad? I think he'll be back next week, if I'm honest. But we will wait and see. Just need Langas back now, and we're full strength. Langas and Brewster, and we're sorted. Yeah. Think if Adams does go, Ozo will become permanent. Be sad when and if he leaves. Yeah, I'd love Ozo to become permanent. I think he's a very, very quality player. Score prediction today, I'm saying 2-1 Dexter. What's yours? I'm a Blackburn fan and you lot took all of our players. Well, not necessarily all of them. Only Travis, Vyman and Bart came directly from Blackburn. Sanderson was only there on loan. Beck was only there on loan. So we've got those sort of situations. Shit on the Albion? Absolutely. Have they said what's up with Brewster? As of right now, no, they haven't. Which is obviously a little bit disappointing. Obviously, that may have changed since I've jumped on stream. Let me see if Lee Curtis has said anything over on X or Dom Dietrich or something like that. But as of right now, I've not heard anything. Don't think we'll be able to get Ozil permanent. I think that depends on his injury record, to be completely honest with you. What's your starting 11 when everyone's fit? Take out Fozzie and Elder, chuck in Beck, put Langas in instead of Sanderson, swap Adams with Ozo and put Brewster in the front four and go to a 4-2-3-1. For me, I can't see anything in regards to Brewster's injury. There's no sort of actual update. Let's see if is there anything on here. Still no Owen Beck or Blackett Taylor, but they're making good progress. Minor injury. All that's said in regards to Brewster is minor injury at the moment. Welcome to the Derby Rovers chat. Absolutely. Come on, you baggies, says John. When do you think Adjiman gets in? I think he'll come on today, if I'm honest. Why no Brewster? Injured. Rahul injured, unfortunately. 3-0 Arsenal. Really? I was watching that till half time. Currently says 2-0 for me. Oh no, it now says 3. Gyökeres. Well, I turned it off just before half time. Gyökeres scored on 46. Go on Arsenal at the end of the day. Go on Arsenal. Brilliant. This is exactly what I anticipated to happen once they got rid of Nuno. But we will sort of wait and see sort of how that develops over the next few months. 60 minutes, Adjiman will come on, I think. Yeah, wouldn't surprise me, Matt. Salverson's on the bench as well. It wouldn't surprise me to see them both getting on. Forest Scum getting plugged. Love to see it. Absolutely. We are all there to see Forest get pumped, aren't we, at the end of the day? Let's just get this headset on. Here we go. Wireless mode. I don't know why it tells me wireless mode. Radio Derby just said someone is leaking in Moor Farm. Yeah, we knew that already though, to be fair. We did. Why is my sound not working? My sound isn't working. We'll do that again in a second. There's a lot of rumours